Hello everyone, welcome to Rose. In this video we are going to discuss about periodic classification of elements. You have learned this topic already in 10th class. This year also you have the study of this topic. In order to ensure complete understanding of the topic, we need to brush up it once. So we are going to discuss this topic. We know that there are many elements, and study of all these elements individually becomes difficult. So, these elements need to be classified. Different scientists made different attempts to classify the elements. The first attempt is made by Dove-Reiner, which is named as Dove-Reiner triad. He considered the atomic mass as the basis for the classification. He made the group of 3 elements. These elements are with the similar chemical properties. The elements in the triad have similar chemical properties. And elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic masses. Then the atomic mass of the middle element is found average of the atomic mass of the first and the third element. Atomic mass of the middle element is found average of the atomic masses of first and the third element. But he could classify few elements with this. Another attempt is made by Newlands, and which is named as Newlands law of octaves. He considered atomic mass as the basis for the classification. When the elements are arranged in increasing order of atomic masses, properties of every 8th element found similar to the properties of the first element. So every 8th element and the first element properties are same. So it resembled musical octaves. The first and the 8th musical notes are same. So it resembled musical octaves. So it is called as the Newlands law of octaves. But he could arrange the elements up to calcium with this way of classification. After that he failed. After calcium he failed to arrange the elements in this way. So further attempt is made by the Mendeleev, which is called Mendeleev's periodic classification. Here he considered the atomic mass as the basis for the classification. When the elements are arranged in increasing order of atomic masses, then physical and chemical properties of elements, both the properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Periodic function of their atomic masses, it means after regular interval this physical and chemical properties repeats. Periodic function is the after regular interval physical and chemical properties repeats when the elements are arranged with increasing order of their atomic masses. But he could arrange the elements known at that time. 63 elements were known at that time. At the time of the Mendeleev's periodic classification, 63 elements were known. But there are many demerits of the Mendeleev's periodic classification. So another bit improved, flawless way of classification is the modern periodic table, and the attempt is made by the Moseley, Henry Moseley. He performed the X-ray tube experiment and he concluded that the atomic number is more fundamental property than the atomic mass. Atomic number is the more fundamental property of an element than its atomic mass, and atomic number is nothing but the total number of protons in an atom or total number of electrons in that atom. We know that protons will be equal to the total number of electrons. Total protons will be equal to the total electrons. So here the number of protons or the number of electrons is called as the atomic number, and it is the more fundamental property. The periodic law is stated in this way: properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic numbers. Properties, physical and chemical properties, are the periodic function of their atomic masses, atomic numbers. It means when the elements are arranged in increasing order of atomic numbers after regular interval, periodic function, after regular interval properties gets repeated. The meaning is given here. After regular interval properties gets repeated. It is the periodic function. So these properties are periodic function of atomic numbers, means when the elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic numbers. This is the sketch of the periodic table. Elements are arranged in the systematic way. Here, this whole periodic table is divided into 4 blocks depending on the enter of differentiating electron in the orbital. Depending on the enter of differentiating electron in the orbital. If the differentiating electron enters into s orbital, such elements are kept in the s block. The elements in which differentiating electron enters in d orbital, then they are kept in the d block. Similarly, the elements in which differentiating electron enters in p orbital, then they are called as the p block, and f block are the elements in which differentiating electron enters in f orbital. So there are mainly 4 blocks. Periodic table is divided into 4 blocks. S and P block elements are called as the representative elements. The groups from 3 to 12 are called as the transition elements. These D block elements are called as the transition element. Group 3 to 12 are the D block elements or transition elements. And the elements which are kept at the bottom of the periodic table are called as the inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. In the inner transition elements, the elements which follow, and they are the part of the 6th period, are called as the lanthanides because they follow lanthanum, and the part of the 7th period elements which follow actinium are called as the actinoids. So in the F block, which are the inner transition elements, lanthanides and actinides are placed at the bottom of the periodic table. These are placed at the bottom of the periodic table in order to preserve, in order to maintain the structure of the periodic table. Otherwise it would have gone out of order. So this is about the structure of the periodic table. And in this periodic table, total 18 groups are there. 18 vertical columns are called as the groups. These are the vertical columns. These are vertical columns and called as the groups. Vertical columns, groups. So there are total 18 groups here. 18 groups. And there are 7 horizontal rows. 7 horizontal rows which are called as the periods. 7 horizontal rows are called as the periods. So there are 18 groups and 7 periods in this modern periodic table. Let us see about some characteristics of this periodic table. In a period moving to right, in a period or in the periodic table moving to right in a period, electrons add successively in the same shell. In a period, electrons add successively. In a period while moving to right, electrons add successively in the same shell. Same shell gets filled up successively with the electrons. Moving down the group periodic table, moving down the group in the periodic table, electrons start to fill up in a new shell. Moving down, a new shell adds, a new shell fills. All the elements in a group have same valence electrons. This is important. All the elements in a group, vertical column is the group. These all elements have same valence electrons, so they show similar chemical properties with gradation in both the properties, physical and chemical properties. Gradation is observed in the physical and chemical properties while moving down the group. Electronic configuration of the elements decide the group and the period of the elements. From the electronic configuration, we can know about the group and the period of the elements. Consider the second period elements. For example, these are the all second period elements and we are moving towards right hand side in a period. Towards right, in a period, atomic number increases by 1 at a time. So the valence electrons are different. They are not same. They are different because the electrons are increasing by 1. So the number of shells, but the electrons are adding into the same shell while moving towards right. So the number of shells remains same. And the elements with same number of shells belong to the same period. Elements with same number of shells belong to the same period. So the elements in a period, elements in the second period, the same number of shells gets filled in this. There are only 2 shells in all these elements. Second shell is getting filled successively. Third period, third shell gets filled up successively with the electrons. So this is about the period. Consider the elements in a group. These are the first group elements: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Electronic configuration decides all the properties of the elements and its position in the periodic table. Descending in a group, a new shell adds at a time. Descending in any group, a new shell adds at a time. In all these elements, there is only one electron in the outermost shell. In all these elements, there is only one electron in the outermost shell. As the number of electrons in the outermost shell or the valence shell is same, they all show similarity and gradation in the properties. They all show similar chemical properties because of the same valence electrons. Let us discuss about the periodic trains in modern periodic table. When the properties of the elements in a period or a group of the modern periodic table are compared, certain regularity is observed in their variations. This regularity observed in the variation is called as the periodic trait. Here we are going to consider periodic trains only in 3 properties: valency, atomic size, metallic and non-metallic character. So let us see about the valency, trained in the valency. Valency is the combining capacity of an element, and the combining capacity, it is the number of electrons gained or lost to complete the octet state. For example, sodium, it has the atomic number 11. Its electronic configuration can be written as 281. So to complete octet, it loses one electron. So its combining capacity is 1, because by losing one electron or by giving one electron, it combines with the other element. So its combining capacity 1. After losing this electron, this penultimate shell, the inner shell one, the second last shell, becomes complete with the octet. So this element acquires stability due to this complete octet after losing the electron. So valency is the combining capacity of an element, and it is the number of electrons gained or lost to complete the octet state. Valency is determined by the number of electrons in the outermost shell. Just now we have studied in the sodium, one electron is there, so it loses one electron. So valency is determined by number of electrons in the valence shell. Valence shell is the outermost shell. Valence shell is the outermost shell, and the electrons in the valence shell are called as the valence electrons. So valency is determined by the valence electrons. In moving towards right hand side within a period, atomic number increases by 1 at a time. Moving towards right in a period in a periodic table, atomic number increases by 1 at a time. So the number of electrons also increases by 1 at a time. But these electrons adds in the same shell. In a period, just now we have discussed, in a period, the same shell gets filled up successively. Let us consider the second period element: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. See the total number of electrons: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So atomic number is increasing by 1 at a time, and the electronic configurations are given here. The valence electrons, the electrons in the outermost shell are the valence electrons. Valence electrons increases by 1 at a time in a period. So in the second period, valency increases from 1 to 4. The elements in which the valence electrons are less than 4, they tends to lose electron. So here in lithium, only one electron is there in the valence shell, so it tends to lose one electron, its valency is 1. Beryllium tends to lose its 2 electron, so its valency is 2. Boron loses 3 electrons, so its valency is 3. Carbon shares its 4 electrons, so its valency is 4. But beyond 4, if the valence electrons are more than 4, then these elements tends to gain electron to complete the octet state. So here nitrogen accepts 3 electrons, so its valency is 3. Oxygen accepts 2 electrons, so its valency is 2. So in this way, the valency increases from 1 to 4 in this period, 1 to 4, and then decreases from 4 to 0, then decreases from 4 to 0, increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. So there is no regularity observed in the variation of the valency. No regularity observed in a period. In a period, there is no regularity observed in the valency. Let us see the valency in a group. These are the first group elements, alkali metals. First group elements are alkali metals: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These all elements, in all these elements you can see there is only one electron in the outermost shell. So the valency will be 1. The elements in this group have same valency, that is valency 1. So here also there is no regularity observed. So the valency of the elements in a group remains same. So they all show same chemical properties. The second property is the atomic size. Atomic size is measured by its atomic radius. And the atomic radius is the distance between the center of the nucleus. Distance between the center of the nucleus of an atom and its outermost shell is called as the atomic radius. And the atomic radius is expressed in the picometer. And 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. It is smaller than nanometer. Let us see the trend in atomic size in a period. When we move from left to right in a period, atomic number increases by 1 at a time. So atomic number is nothing but the total positive charges. So total positive charges also increases by 1 at a time. And number of positive charges will be equal to the number of negative charges, that are the electrons. So electrons increases by 1 at a time. But these electrons add in the same shell. In a period, same shell gets filled up. So this additional electron add in the same shell. That is why nuclear charge increases. The nuclear charge increases. Due to the increased nuclear charge, attraction of the nucleus over the last electron increases. The last electron gets pulled up towards the nucleus to a greater extent due to this increased nuclear charge, and the atomic size decreases gradually, moving towards right hand side within a period. Within a period, atomic size decreases due to increase in the nuclear charge. So this is the trend of atomic size within a period. See, these are the second group, second period elements. Here nuclear charge is increasing because atomic number is increasing by 1, but the additional electrons are getting added into the same shell. So atomic radius decreases and atomic size decreases. So lithium is larger in size and gradually size decreases towards right. See, within a group, descending the group, a new shell adds. See here, only one shell is getting filled up. Here 2 shells are there, 3 shells are there, total 4 shells are there. So one new shell adds, moving down the group. Due to increased number of shells, the atomic radius increases. Distance of the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell increases because of the increased or increasing number of shells. Similarly, nuclear charge also increases, but despite the increase in the nuclear charge, atomic size increases moving down the group due to increase in the atomic radius. And the atomic radius increases due to increased number of shells while moving down the group, while descending the group. Let us discuss the third property. So metallic and non-metallic character. Trend in the third property we are going to discuss. Metals atoms tend to lose electrons and they form positively charged ion called cation. The property is called as the electropositivity. The property of losing electron is called electropositivity, and the metals are electropositive. For example, sodium. It has only one electron in the outermost shell, so it tends to tends to lose one electron, then it acquires one positive charge. So metals are electropositive, and non-metals tends to gain electron. On the contrary to the metals, non-metals tends to gain electron or accept electron, and they form negatively charged ion called as the cation. This property of accepting electron is called electronegativity, and non-metals are electronegative. So to decide the metallic and non-metallic character, this effective nuclear charge plays a very important role. Effective nuclear charge is the total positive charges experienced by the valence electrons. Here, the total positive charges experienced by the valence electrons differs from the total positive charges present on the nucleus. All the electrons in an atom are held by the nuclear attractive force. Because nucleus is positively charged and electrons are negatively charged, so there exists an attractive force between the nucleus and the electrons. So all the electrons in an atom are held by the nuclear attractive force. Inner electrons lie between the valence shell and the nucleus, and they repulse each other due to proximity, because they are close to each other. That is why they repulse each other. Similar charges repulses. Hence, the nuclear attraction over the last electron is reduced due to this repulsion in the inner electrons. The nuclear attraction does not reach properly or completely to the outermost electrons or the last electrons. Hence, the nuclear attraction over the last electron gets reduced. The last electron experiences less nuclear charges than actual, and this is called as the effective nuclear charge. The nuclear charges experienced by the actual nuclear charges experienced by the last electrons is called as the effective nuclear charge. This plays a very important role in deciding the metallic and non-metallic character. Within a period moving to right, nuclear charges increases because atomic radius decreases and effective nuclear charge increases moving to right in a period. The valence electrons are held with greater and greater attractive force due to increased effective nuclear charge. The ability of an atom to become anion by accepting outside electrons increases. Because of this increase in the effective nuclear charge, the ability of an atom to become anion by accepting outside electrons increases, and tendency to accept electron is nothing but the electronegativity, and that increases towards right of a period. Therefore, non-metallic character, this tendency to acquire electrons is electronegativity, and non-metals are electronegative. So, non-metallic character increases towards right side in a period. Within a group, descending in a group, a new shell adds. The distance between the nucleus and the valence electron increases. Because of a new shell added, in that the distance between the nucleus and the valence shell, that are the outermost shell electrons, increases. The distance increases. That is why the effective nuclear charge decreases. So, the last shell is away from the nucleus. So, nuclear charges, nuclear attraction cannot reach properly to the valence electrons. Hence, effective nuclear charge decreases. The attractive force on the valence electron decreases. Hence, the attractive force on the valence electron decreases. The tendency of an atom to lose electrons increases because of the decreased attractive force. The last electron is loosely held to the nucleus, and that electron is loosely held, so the tendency of an atom to lose electrons increases. As it is loosely held, it can be lost easily. And after losing electron, the penultimate shell, second last shell, becomes with the octet, with the complete octet. And octet state offers a special stability to that atom. Due to this, the tendency of the atom to lose electron increases further. It increases further due to this extra stability. The metals are electropositive, loses electrons. The metallic character increases while going down the group. Metallic character increases while moving down the group because a new shell adds, and the last electrons are loosely held to the nucleus. As they are loosely held, they can be lost easily to the other elements. So, the metallic losing of electrons, tendency to lose electron is nothing but the metallic character, and that increases while moving down the group. So, this is the summary of that. To the right side in a period, atomic radius is decreasing, electronegativity is increasing, so non-metallic character increases, and the contrary to that, electropositivity decreases and metallic character decreases. Down the group, atomic radius increases, electronegativity decreases, and non-metallic character decreases. Non-metallic character decreases, but the metallic character, that is electropositivity, increases. Down the group, electropositivity, that is metallic character, increases. Towards right inner period, non-metallic character increases. So hence we have studied these trends in short. Thank you.